I think the biggest thing I noticed in the incarceral system was that, to me, physical touch is a big thing, and that's just to anyone. Every single person needs to be hugged, just acknowledged in some sort of physical touch. It's required. People will become feral if they're not touched. It's just a fact. Like, and they literally, like, hugging someone goodbye for longer than a second, and they're like on you. Like, sitting next to each other, there's couches, 15 of you want to watch TV and you're not allowed to touch each other. Like, I want to see room in between your shoulders. Like, I'm sorry, like, what? Like, this is crazy. Like, that's a power trip, you know? That's not you trying to keep me safe. That's not you keeping me safe. This isn't an unwanted touch. This is me sitting here watching TV with my friends and our arms are touching. Like, you know, it's super unnecessary, but there's definitely not any sort of empathy to wanting to comfort somebody. The only time you might have maybe got away with like a 3 to 5 second hug is if someone was crying. And you could just really be like, look, you're gonna look like an asshole if you tell me to stop right now. Like, this is just about me comforting this person. The lack of human touch is a huge prevention to people being able to connect with humans, just even on a verbal level. Like, it's hard for me to connect with somebody when I don't ever, when I feel like someone might not want to touch me. And if nobody's ever touching me, then you're gonna start convincing yourself, like, is there something wrong with me? So then when I was in the Healing Lodge, not only are the staff comforting, and to a point where, like, the female staff will pat your back and put their arm around you and comfort you. Like, you know, I'm sure they'd embrace you in a hug if they thought it was appropriate, you know what I mean? But a few years ago, well, actually probably 8 years ago, I believe 2 women got married at the Healing Lodge. And so the fact that they even share those things with us just lets you know, like, we're not against you know, trying to do something positive in a healthy way. And so the psychologists and stuff there definitely do encourage no relationships, period, for healing, which I don't disagree is a positive thing. 2 people trying to build themselves up, you know, one might drag the other down, and I get it, but they definitely weren't against us being in open relationships there. And people need to learn. I learned it, this actually wasn't even at the Healing Lodge, this was from the elder at the remand center. He really felt that he wanted to be a part of the incarceral system at Women's because he wanted to teach them about positive male influence. And we spoke about just positive touch as well. You teach your children that. Some children aren't taught that. So now as an adult or a teenager or whatever, you're allowing people to touch you in an inappropriate way and thinking that that is appropriate connection. But it's not. So if you're not teaching people how to appropriately connect, they're just going out and continuing to put themselves in dangerous situations. Whereas at the Healing Lodge, they're like, hey, yes, it's appropriate. If you're touching in a healthy way, we're fine with it, you know, like, and consensual. Like, yeah, it starts your healing process to be able to hug someone, you know. I've met a man who, I know these girls, I waitressed one time and these girls were so upset because this man used to come in every day and I'm pretty sure he was home. I don't even know for sure, but he would come in and he just was in ratty clothes and didn't smell great. And one day I just was like, you know, I was like, do you need a hug? And he just started crying and I just hugged him. And then unfortunately the girls were mad because he kept asking for hugs after that. But he needed that though. You know what I mean? That man could have went home and done who knows what with his life after. Like, you know, it could have been very negative. So I think that physical touch and just letting people know what's good touch and what's bad touch is very much needed.